grab your name again? So, Jono?
Jono, yeah.
Okay.
Jonathan Bridges. My friends call me Jono.
Jono. Perfect. They're probably going to be doing all kinds of...
to claim your prize.
All these other weird names that don't make any sense. Like, this actually means production.
Come on. Get it?
Yeah.
There we go. Looks like we're going live.
Nice.
Chris, are you going to be around for just a bit? Like about 10 minutes? Okay.
Do you have another podcast to be on?
Nice to see you.
There we are.
Oh, it's awesome.
We are live. Okay. So it's day 2. It's been pretty busy. And you know what? So I've got my neighbor to the left of me here. This is Jono Bridges.
Hi.
From Tenor.
Yes, sir.
I have no idea what you do.
Perfect.
And so, and you have no idea what I do.
I mean,
so this is
I can
perfect.
give a little bit of a guess. But, yeah.
So, so I did peek, actually, what you did a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm very interested.
All right.
It's very cool. And, you know, what's interesting is we're kind of in the back corner, but you've been actually pretty busy over here.
We've been a bit busy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when you see like movement of a lot of people, and so my co-host who lives in Spain, so he's probably almost asleep right now. Well, maybe eating dinner.
Okay.
But he always says when you go to a trade show, you want to go to the outside small tables because that's where the action happens.
That's true.
And with all that being said, there was action happening to the left of me. And so, Jono, what do you do?
Thank you for that intro. I would say I'm not sure if the action that was happening is attributed to like what we do in our product or the mojitos that we were giving out, but
action nonetheless.
Who's to say? So I'm with Tenor, and Tenor this is our first time at AOPA. It's been an amazing conference. We are a technology platform. So what we do high level is automate and streamline the entire intake process. So we have a large language model, machine learning algorithm that we coded on ours, trained on millions of de-identified patient documents, healthcare documents with messy doctor's handwriting and check boxes, and basically what you would see if referring providers sent over 60 pages of facts with multiple patients and chart notes that need to be updated to a provider. So what our model does is it automatically receives those referrals, integrates with EMRs and EHRs across healthcare subspecialties, and OMP is one of the ones that we work in, pulls all the patient information, identifies maybe if something's missing, auto faxes or calls, however that provider normally communicates with their physician or referring provider, to get the missing information, and qualifies them, runs the eligibility and benefits, and then provides an audit ready packet at the end of the year so that audits aren't a problem. So if you imagine large intake teams where providers have hundreds of patients and there may be a patient backlog, or they may be trying to grow and want to increase their reimbursement rates or reduce their denial rates or clawback rates, we would be a platform for them because that's the outcomes that we're driving for the folks that we work with.
Okay. So when you talk about platform audit, essentially is you're preparing for the potential audit that is coming. You're making sure that everything is in the chart, ready to rock and roll. So when you get a letter from an insurance company that says, "Hey, we'd like to check in on you," it's like this beautiful thing ready to go. Is that?
That's the cherry on top. I mean, really what started Tenor was our CEO, Trey. His mom is a primary care physician, and she told him that when she would refer patients to imaging centers, particularly because patients often don't have a close relationship with an imaging center like you would your primary care doctor. Maybe it's your first time going to an imaging center, and that she felt like patients were getting lost in a black hole. She would refer those patients over, and she wasn't sure where they were going, how long it was going to take for them to receive care, et cetera. We found that actually was the case in DME with CPAPs, where patients were getting contacted for a month and a half because of the backlog of patients of these folks that were doing manual work. They get the faxes, they have to go through 60 pages, like I was mentioning before, manually. There might be 1998 for a birth date on one page, and on page 50, 1992, because the doctor messed up. That's going to cause a denial later on. So we started to see these problems, and I came from fintech. I was at AWS before. And a lot of these other industries, since the advent of the internet, technology has progressed from like a wagon to a Ferrari.
Yeah.
But in healthcare, it's like still a razor scooter. And you're kind of hitting your ankles with this manual paperwork, and it's just taken so long to get there with this intake process of knowing the HCPCS codes and ICD-10 codes and understanding the unique diagnoses and dealing with the missing information that doctors aren't sending over because they're, don't want to be typing in everything. They want to be actually dealing with patients. So for us to build a platform that, pulls everything automatically without any clicks from the EMRs, the EHRs, puts the patient through the funnel, qualifies them, makes sure that they're eligible via insurance, and then processes them so they're actually able to receive care. That's really only possible because of these like machine learning algorithms that get smarter with you as you process more patients, because we learn how you're processing them, how you're communicating back to those referring providers. So it took a while for the technology to get there, and so that's why we're here, and that's what we've been able to do so far.
Well, I think that's awesome, and O&P is not a large industry. So how did you end up at AOPA, and why AOPA?
Yeah, I mean, AOPA, O&P, we saw that there's a lot of the same problems that providers that are dealing with a lot of patients or a lot of patient referrals face in orthotics and prosthetics as they are in DME more broadly, or specialty pharmacy, or infusion, home infusion, or even home health and larger health systems, which we sort of are all working in. We were speaking to some of our clients who are maybe more DME but do some O&P, and they recommended AOPA to us. I started looking into AOPA, and it seemed like a pretty great fit because there isn't a lot of, or even really at all, as I walk around the trade show hall, companies that have their own trademarked, custom-built machine learning model that deals with this problem. So we're sort of like the new kids on the block. So it comes with a lot of questions. A lot of people come over like wanting to see what we've got, and we're always willing to show it, because with new technology and this AI word that is like hand wavy, everyone and their mother is using AI to market nowadays. But you can't just put sensitive patient documents into ChatGPT and say qualify this patient. Like, that's not going to work, and it's like oftentimes less than 70% accurate at actually finding missing information and qualifying a patient where needed. And you need like 99% and above, right, to actually get patient care and not get denials and get your reimbursements up. So we wanted to be sort of the force here at AOPA to come in and show people what we've got and talk to them about their problems, understand a little bit more about the issues that they're facing in this pre-visit patient journey that we call it. We've learned a ton, met a lot of great people like you. It's been great to be your neighbor. And so while we're sort of newer in the O&P space, we're not as new at the problems that are across the verticals.
Yeah, that's great. So I'm not going to bore you with what the Prosthetics and Orthotics podcast is about, but one of the things that our listeners really love is how to make a difference even though you're not a clinician.
Right.
So I don't know your educational background or what have you, but I'd love to just hear okay, so obviously what you're doing is helping somebody get a device, but you are not a clinician. How did you get to where you are?
Yep.
With that, and what are your skill sets? Because we have people from all walks of life,
right?
But they find O&P and they're like, I want to be involved, but I don't have that skill, or nor do I want that skill, but I want to be involved in some way to make a difference. So
totally. I mean, so I came from Stanford. A lot of the folks that started Tenor, we all went to school together at Stanford, and I say that humbly because I'm from a small town in Tennessee, so it was not I would say an expected thing. And my skill sets were sort of in technology, talking about technology and understanding if innovative tech is sort of smoke and mirrors or if it's actually going to make a difference for people. One of my minors was human rights, so I care a lot about the human rights, human ability to function and have a sort of a meaningful life. My brother has special needs as well, so I was always sort of drawn to healthcare space in general. And I think it's just having a brother with special needs and seeing a lot of ableism has made me personally interested in O&P, because I think that the folks who are receiving these devices can often be left out of conversations. And so we sort of want to be the good guys that's saying, while there's a lot of bad tech, they're doing bad things in the world, here's some great tech that are helping patients get their devices quicker and helping providers giving those devices get paid more and get paid better. And so a lot of folks on our team do have that sort of clinical background, understand the industry a bit more, and they send guys like me out to talk about it because we have a lot of energy and can drink a lot of Red Bull, so we get to go talk about the product. And with OMP specifically, with Infusion, with DME, with every industry we're involved in, it just started with listening. So like, I'm not gonna walk in and tell someone like, hey, I understand your industry better than you. I might understand our tech, but let me hear what your problems are.
Yeah.
What are your actual daily business challenges? And let's
Yeah.
see if our tech platform fits with it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, maybe we can configure it so that it does.
Yeah.
And if it's not a great fit, that's awesome. But it was a great conversation, and I'm glad that you were able to teach me a little bit more about OMP, so that you know, we the newer kids on the block, is what I like to say, can sort of get up to speed with how this industry works. And everyone's been amazing here so far, and just walking us through the challenges that they are facing, so that we can determine if the platform is the best for them or not.
That's so awesome, John.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing your journey. Thanks for being the neighbor.
And of course, maybe we'll be neighbors next year. Yeah,
hey,
who knows?
That would work. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
And yes, thanks for making a difference for our patients.
Thank you, Brent.
Yeah,
It was
man.
great to meet you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, great to see you. I'm gonna mute us.
Oh man,
We're live.
already? That was quick.
You know this guy, Chris
Well,
Baschuk?
you know that guy too, right?
Yeah, so good to have you here, Chris. You've been going around like crazy. It's so cool to see and see some of the new stuff that you got rolling too. And you know, after a little bit of news with the acquisition and all that stuff, and all your stuff that you do now, you like the academy stuff, the upper extremity stuff, the stuff that you don't say no to, the political stuff, all the coding stuff.
I might need to get better at
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We need a special training.
Yes. How do
for
you
that.
say no?
Yeah. So anyway, so we're here at AOPA, AOPA,
Yep.
2025 in Orlando. So they're telling us, and I believe it because of all the action that we've seen here, like the energy has seemed to be high, traffic seems to be pretty good. And you guys have a pretty cool booth
Oh, thanks.
over your way as well. How? Let's just start like Point. Why would Point come to AOPA? And then tell us this a little bit about what you've done so far here.
Okay. I mean, we come to AOPA because this is the place where we can interface with our customers and to hear from them, to provide them opportunities to give us the feedback, because for us, like our products were ultimately developed based on user needs and clinician needs. You go all the way back in history, back to when the Point digits were being developed originally by Dr. Richard Weir. He was really close friends with Jack Eulendahl
Okay.
at Hanger,
Yep.
well-known upper limb prosthetist. And Jack always just said, can you make me a finger that doesn't break? and so that's part of the impetus of it. I mean, another cool aside, Richard's sister, his twin sister, is missing all of her fingers except for her thumb. So it was always a quest of Richard's as well to be able to make a device for his sister.
Sure.
And so to us, getting that in-person feedback, hearing what's working, what's not working, we want to be able to meet that and then show people what we are doing. And so this is a great place to do that with all the attendees that come through here.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously people know Point. What has been a surprise to you as you've walked the hall? Surprise or pleasant, whatever it is, like what has surprised you or what makes you excited about even generally what you see, or if you had something specific that you saw, what surprised you?
I mean, I think, well, number one, I wish I had more time to walk the hall. That's been a big problem of mine at this show in particular. Oh, there's Tony. So that was a surprise. Tony Gutierrez just popping by really quick. But so I haven't had too much time to walk around. I've been in a lot of meetings. I've got new responsibilities, new hats that I forgot to say no to. I'm a member of the board of the American Academy of Orthotists and Prosthetists now as of July 1st.
Okay.
So lots of meetings with regard to that. But I think what I see here is that there's a lot of innovation. People are looking to adopt new technologies. Obviously, AI, artificial intelligence, has been a buzzword. And how do we integrate that into the model? I mean, some of the companies like Radii is, how do we get prosthetists to a finished product a little bit quicker and a little bit easier? Even if it's not like the final product, how do we get them to a diagnostic socket that's 80% of the way for them already, that then they can do their job? So I think things like that, little tools that are going to make our life more efficient and easy, I'm seeing a lot of that in this trade show.
Okay, yeah. Well, and what's interesting, I mean, so there's I think they said over 30 new vendors here, and when I was counting stuff that included 3D, just like if you check the box and you type in search 3D, it was like almost 40 vendors. So that, I mean, you're talking like at least 25% of every vendor here has something 3D somewhere in their product. And I thought that was really interesting as well.
Yeah, no, I think that's really interesting. It'll be interesting to see how this works out as far as the level of adoption. There was a post on LinkedIn a couple of weeks ago talking about how it felt like we are starting to get past that chasm of early adopters and getting into the more generalists and more comfort with additive manufacturing. But it's going to be interesting to see how long that really is a buzzword, and then how long it just at what point it starts to just becoming commonplace. And I think there's a lot of products that you see walking around the show as well too that might have utilized additive manufacturing, and it's people actually just don't even know. And I think it is going to become commonplace at some point.
Oh, shoot. Okay, well, I'll get it later. They brought one of my sockets back.
Oh,
but
you need the other one.
The really cool by Lattice.
Oh yeah, gotta get the
bat. So we were on the adaptation. It's interesting that you say that, because when we've had people come through, a lot of people are using 3D printing, but when I was in some of the classes on the digital track, I think people are surprised that this is 3D print still.
Yeah.
And so I think we're getting to an interesting part where the education, we still have to catch up with I would say the laggards.
Yeah.
Right? But there's some people that have really gone to past the beginner, and they're tired of this is slicing, this is this, and this is where you go. It's no, how do I do
There's a new
this?
audience to cater to. And we're gonna have to start meeting them at a different place. I mean, when we think about when Point Design started offering our fabrication services, our primary clientele at that point in time was the upper limb expert. The person who, we didn't really need to help them know how to make a partial hand prosthesis, but they were willing to try out our devices because we were doing it in a different way. And so they're interested in it. And that, gradually that evolves over time, where now the people that we're interfacing with most are actually clinicians who maybe have never fit an upper limb prosthesis in their entire career. And so we have to meet them at a different place. And I think you're right. With additive manufacturing, we need to start meeting clinicians at a different level. We can't keep going around talking about the same things without elevating it a little bit and providing some additional lines of information. I mean, some of the stuff you're doing here with this non-planar printer, that's going to be like for a lot of people, like, okay, how do I apply that to my workflow now? That's different. So I think it's an exciting time to be able to do some of that.
We're in a crazy time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely.
This was great.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on again.
So it's no. Do not say no.
Yes.
But I'm glad you came on and didn't say no to this.
Yeah, so I said yes.
And you had to actually time.
Yeah,
to do
exactly.
It, so that was perfect.
Thanks,
awesome,
Brent.
Chris. Yeah, thanks so much.
Take care.
All right. We're back.
Hey,
Hey.
it's another year and another podcast.
Yeah, so it's been kind of fun to do some of this. And you got in
Yeah.
today?
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah. Or sorry, 2 days ago. It's been a whirlwind. Yeah, it was
Okay.
like right at the beginning of the show and just jumped right in.
Okay.
And thankfully, not having a booth in tow, which is also the boon, right?
I know.
sure.
I'm not looking forward to, even though I don't have much stuff, we got to tote this stuff all the way out and all that. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, but your new printer, how do you package that up in a way that makes you feel safe? Like I don't imagine.
Oh, I just
that's
throw it
hard.
in the back of the car.
All right.
Yeah. It's a tough one.
Okay, so you've really built it properly then.
So technically, I haven't tried it yet, but and it was more Lulzbot inspired. So I went to a show as AMUG when Lulzbot was just releasing the Lulzbot Mini.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And they had a 10 by 10 frame and bungee cords with the Lulzbot Mini. And the guy would like pull the Lulzbot Mini, and it was printing sideways, and pull it, and that thing would go back and forth, like way back and forth.
Wow.
And it would still be printing. And so the idea is, hey, can we knock this thing off the table, pick it back up, and it still be printing? And that's the goal. You know, the idea is we want this to be available in the developing world in very difficult ways. It's going to be beat up. We don't want it to be beat up,
No.
but if it can take a beating, that would be great.
Really?
And so that's been the difficult part of making it is, and we actually don't know, you know, until we put it into people's hands what they're actually going to do to it.
Yeah,
So
of
it's like,
course.
oh boy,
Yeah, you
I don't
need
know.
those hours.
So yeah, pretty excited about this. So, a question for you, like, why come to AOPA? What's
What's here?
Yeah, what's here? Or what's the draw? If there's, I mean, because you also go to the Academy meeting as well.
Sometimes, yeah. I feel like this market is, and this meetup is much better for Taika, especially. A lot of our customers are here. A lot of existing relationships we're maintaining and building upon and adding to their arsenal at every turn, and even new prospects coming in. So there's lots of providers here that we're interested in. But the AAOP Academy, I feel like the academic side is less appropriate for people like me who are really interested in high volume manufacturing, providers or business owners who are looking for those cost savings.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've been here so all the days. What has been your sense? Because and I believe it, that it's the most since pre-COVID that exhibitors that have been here. And then we're, as of yesterday morning, I didn't hear the thing this morning of how many people actually registered, but it was over 2,000, just a little over 2,000, which is pre-COVID levels, which is amazing.
Fantastic. I didn't realize that. I mean, it must be the space is extra spacious or something. I didn't feel like I was rubbing shoulders or fighting to get people. And I was trying to gauge the innovation and the excitement this year too. And there's just been a lot of steady progress being made, and I think you're seeing that here incrementally. New companies coming in, like I don't know if you saw Limber Prosthetics.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with what they're doing. It's so novel and like lateral to what people are expecting from a
Yeah.
3D printed product, but like someone needs to do it. Someone needs to do that, and by all means, they're practicing very common manufacturing standards of consolidating assemblies. Like just that lateral thinking alone is exciting to me, and it's a small win, but really the industry is to be better for it. Are they shutting the lights down on us now?
They are, but we can still keep going.
What's been your favorite of the show?
The exhibit hall is now closed. I would like to direct you, you still have some education courses taking place from 4 to 5:30 p.m.
We are.
And then we look
Okay.
forward to seeing you.
Yeah, so I mean, so I had Limber on early on, and then I moderated their panel, or I had them on the podcast, moderated, and we've connected. Katie's actually just recently fit a bilateral set of the Limber Saga. Super impressive.
Good.
Very cool. I've gotten to know the team a little bit more, and I mean, it's undeniable what they're doing, and that's what I love. It's like, it is undeniable, right?
Yeah.
You actually have patients walking. You're creating this clinically relevant device at a good price. That's novel. And
Yeah.
I think it's neat.
Well, you gotta help me with the speculation game here. The proprietary material they're putting the thermal adjuster through, right, up to half an inch in toe or out toe, varus valgus adjustments, even in height. How are you putting an FDM printed material that's already 2 thermal cycles old through more thermal cycle stress without actually degrading the outcome? Because if you ever degrade one part of this one piece assembly, the whole thing needs to be reprinted, right? Like there's a high level of risk. How do you think they do it?
You know, there are some glues that are additives that go in that can be amazing, especially if they're thermally bonded and chemically bonded. But the interesting thing, on the presentation that he did was, the half-inch definitely was kind of max, and it wasn't that what I thought that was neat was there's not brittle failures, but it is more of like a buckle failure if you have gone past the point of no return.
Yeah. Not a catastrophic failure.
Not a catastrophic failure. So very cool. And, those guys are smart. Like Josh, that's his gig was thermoplastics, extrusion. Like, when you're super focused on that and you have some good funding, the education side is really behind them as well. It's hard to go wrong, man.
It is. Yeah. I mean, that was probably the coolest thing I think I saw at the show was just this lateral creative innovation.
Yeah. Well, cool. And so as far as your favorite thing that you saw, that was it? Do you have a second?
Second thing, a favorite?
3-4 minutes, Jimmy.
I mean, probably your printer, let's be honest. Radial slicing, man. How do I get into that?
Yeah, non-planar. So it's
Non-planar radial slicing.
yeah. It was definitely a labor of love. I almost gave it up about 6 months ago. It was getting to be too hard.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad you stuck with it. I saw your pleas on LinkedIn, right? It's like, what am I doing?
yeah.
What should I be doing?
And now I think we're moving forward. So we're trying to focus more on the check sockets, trying to get people going.
Yeah.
Regardless of, hey, ZBrush, Nomad Sculpt.
Yeah, just get them in. Get in today.
Yeah,
right?
whatever it is, let's try to make something clinically relevant and then move on.
Yeah, we're right at the cusp of that early majority coming in, right, with this new technology. I can feel it. We just need 1 or 2 years. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't care if you're using Blender. Just start using digital tools, and the rest of us will lift you up.
That's
going
right.
Through, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Tell us where we can find you, and tell us just a snippet on the Discord stuff, because I'm old, right? So, but I was able to scan a QR code and get into the Discord server. So it's really that easy.
Yep.
And a lot of people are very generous with information.
Absolutely, yeah. So you can find me online, LinkedIn, or the DLC, which is a Discord server run by myself and Derek Schmidt. The DLC, as the Digital Limb Collective, is an open source, free collaboration channel of topics and threads. 261 members as at the end of today for, prosthetists, fabricators, podorthists, certified fabricators of all kinds are openly sharing G-code slicing. They're doing material reviews. They're comparing company material profiles. They're collaborating on projects and taking advice from others. I get software requests all the time, or you can even post as a member a marketplace ad for services for other members that are exclusive to that community. It's close-knit and a very needed counterpoint for, I think, a lot of the conventional way knowledge is transferred or not transferred in this field. I mean, you can choose or not choose to be a part of it, but at this point it's sorely needed, and if you're looking to learn today, there's no better place to go than the community that's quickly growing in the DLC, and I'm very happy you're a part of it and, and a part of and sharing it. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on. We're going to close down and go off air. I may bring out some stuff tomorrow, but I appreciate you coming on, man.
Save the best for last.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
Cheers.
Yep. Cheers.